My number 2 is actually something else. I said the theme was going to be Guitar Summit. So my number 2, look at me not being able in front of the camera. So this is a Freeway.
Yes.
Okay. What it is, for anyone that hasn't heard of it, it's an analog, but it's not 100% analog. There's obviously some digital elements to this, but the core of this is a preamp, a guitar preamp that has built-in IRs, but the IRs and microphone, they're not the digital kind. I don't know what Jose, I don't know if it's like EQ curves or some kind of thing that he's using to emulate this, but basically you have stereo outs, and the voicing of this is more like a Fender. So the way to consider this is that you have a clean platform where you can use any pedal you wish. It has a 1x12 and 4x12 emulation. You have Sennheiser E906 and the Shure SM57 as microphone options.
Okay.
And then you can choose on axis or off axis. So if you want a brighter or darker tone, and these settings can be set individually for your left and your right. So if you want, you can have 2 different voicings for your stereo out. Okay. You have the unbalanced TS or TRS out. You have your XLR. And with the XLR, you can bypass the emulations that are built in, and you can use your own IRs, which is very cool. And it has 7 different digital reverbs. There's 2 of them that really stuck out to me as being like more my taste. But if you like really long ambient reverbs, if you like really short ones and anything in between, it's in here. And from what Jose told me, those are basically the same kind of reverb that you find in the Thermion Zero, which is their like pedal board amplifier.
Pedal board amp, yeah.
Yeah. And people really like the reverb in here. So it's in this unit as well. You also have a clean and a crunch in this pedal. So if you prefer just using straight up distortion, more like Fender-ish tweed kind of thing, you can use that. Or you can go clean. You have a normal and bright, depending on the voicing that you want. You have the effects, send and return. And there's also a preamp section. Again, I suck. There's a preamp section here. So if you want to, you could use something like their Heartbreaker or Breakthrough, put it in raw mode and just set it in here. And now you can have the clean channel from the Freeway, but use the distortion from another unit. So if you have another preamp pedal, you can use that. Or you can send everything typically to the front. They also have a USB-C out where you can connect it to your phone. So let's say, I don't know, you're someone that's on Instagram and you do guitar-related videos. You could use this connected directly to your phone and just live stream whatever you're playing with the Freeway.
Wow.
So, yeah. And you have headphone in as well. So you could just use it as a practice amp. But where I found this to shine is as a studio setup. Like if you just want to demo pedals and you don't want to bother with big amps, it's got really high headroom. Brilliant. It's just brilliant, man. I don't know how the hell he comes up with this stuff, but it's a great unit. And it doesn't, like, I have another unit here from Carl Martin called the Ampster.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's a good unit. But this one here, just, if we take away all the features and we just put them side by side, tone-wise, the Freeway just crushes the Ampster. It's got a great sound to it. And then when you start to play with IRs, I mean, sky's the limit on what you can do with this kind of unit. But yeah, that's my number 2. I think this was one of the highlights of the gear that I tried over at Guitar Summit. And even of all the releases that came this year, this was one of the most interesting units to me.